Hello YouTube, so this is Jan van der A here. I'm standing on the rooftop here somewhere in Brussels. As you can see, sun is shining, almost the beginning of the spring, I guess. So today I wanted to talk quickly about good resources that you can use in order to learn a new language quickly. This is a question that people ask me a lot. They say, Jan, you speak many languages. How do you do it? With which resources do you always start? Well, actually, so recently I started to learn Russian, and Russian is the 10th language which I've been learning. And when I started with Russian, of course, I had to make the same choice, like with what resources shall I start? Assamil is definitely one of my favorite ones, so I bought Assamil, but actually I was a little bit disappointed because I found out that many dialogues in the dialogues of Assamil, they teach you many words and phrases which you actually are not gonna use, which are unuseful for the first conversations in Russian that you're gonna have. So yes, I did use Assamil, but I don't think it's the perfect tool. There's too much, they teach you too many words that you're not gonna need. Then of course there is Pimsleur. Pimsleur is a very good course I would recommend, but it's a little bit slow. They told me that the colloquial courses for Russian are very good. Well, I went to the biggest bookstore in London, I couldn't find it there. I didn't have enough motivation to order it online. So what is a good course? Now you still don't know. I still haven't given you the answer. Well, I think that a good language course should focus on the most important things that you need for your first conversations, because once you are able to hold simple conversations with native speakers, and you can actually, that there is a flow in a conversation, that you are actually capable of holding a conversation, the native speaker thinks, aha, so this guy speaks my language, cool, and doesn't switch back to English, for example. I think that's a very important thing to reach, to leave a good impression at the person you're talking to, so that he or she doesn't switch back to the language. In order to do that, you need basic vocabulary. You need vocabulary which you're going to use for your first conversations. And the good thing is that whenever you learn a new language and you're going to try that language for the first time with someone, the conversations, they will always be the same, basically. I mean, I've learned I speak 8 languages myself, and every time when I remember, or every time when I learn a new language, then I'm gonna try it with a native speaker, it's always gonna be the same conversation. Ah, nice, you speak very good, let's say you speak very good Russian. Where did you learn it? Why did you learn it? Ah, have you been to Russia? Yes. And where are you from? Ah, how long have you been here? The conversation, they are all the same. So you can actually cheat a little bit by learning the most important words of each language. What we have done this time is we have created a list with the 500 most important words of each language, and we have translated all these words in the target language. We have added images, because if there are images, provocative images by the way, because then that makes it more easy for the brain to remember the word entry as well. We have also added example sentences. They say that you should always learn vocabulary in a sentence, in context. So we have actually created it's a course actually. We call it a vocab boosters, and that's also what I did for Russian this time. So we've created a list, and it's the only list out there which include handily picked words. We have handily selected 500, the 500 most important words. Of course, there are many frequency lists out there that do already have the most important words of a language, but these words are often, they often got them from like television or from books, and a language the language that's used in books or in talk shows on television, it's not exactly the same language that you're going to use in your first conversations. So we have made a list of the 500 most important words that you need for your first conversations. It's the only list out there that includes example sentences, word by word translations, by the way, which is also very useful, so you know exactly how the language works, and you can see how the language is structured, how the grammar works. We have added grammar notes, which has also never been done before in similar courses. And what I've so many things. I already forget what I said. I think the images is something which I haven't mentioned yet. So we've called this course language course. I've done it for myself for Russian, and my Russian is going very well now. I managed to maintain simple conversations with native speakers only after 2 months. So I would definitely recommend you to try vocab boosters. We have free samples on our website. We also have video files on YouTube here. Videos so that you can see how the course works. It's called Language Boost. You can go to our website. The address is www.languageboost.biz. There is also a channel here on YouTube called Language Boost, where you can find these sample videos. So yeah, check it out. We have it for Russian, but we're also working on Portuguese. The Portuguese course will release by next week. After that, we're also going to come with Spanish, French, Dutch, German, Italian, many other languages. Just check it out, and see you soon.